All right, we are showing Champa Medium here, Hi Ren, which is from Ren. He's never heard of this artist before. You've heard about him, right? But haven't.
I've heard his name in passing.
So
I don't know anything though.
I decided to show him this artist because we do a podcast every Sunday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time where we talk about our favorite musicians from all over the world. And this is one of our favorites. And I was like, I have to show him this artist. So we're starting with Ren. We're going to show him other artists too. So let us know down below what other artists we should show him.
This is the guy that like you can't be on the internet and not have seen the name Ren somewhere. But I've never clicked on whatever little GIF or link popped up there to see what's going on. So, I've just know that he exists.
So without knowing anything about Ren, what kind of genre of music do you think this is going to be?
Dude, I literally have zero idea. Like, it's popular. So my first assumption is it's somewhere in the rap world, you know, because in 2025, somebody blowing up on the internet, it's usually rap of some kind or like a hybrid pop rap, a hybridization thing. But
come to think of it, this song is not 2 years old too. That's crazy.
So
it's been 2 years.
Does he still have the same kind of heat, the same kind of momentum that he had when this kid popped out?
I would say so. He has a very, very dedicated, very supportive fan base.
Red. All right. We got a pig pushing out a crazy guy in what looks to be some kind of insane asylum or slaughterhouse. Cool. He's got a guitar. Okay, so maybe not rap.
I'm going to say I listened to the song every day for a month.
That was cool. Go.
And by the way, this is his biggest song.
Okay. Oh, wait, let me just say something real quick before he starts getting into the verse, whatever's going to happen here. I love when artists have like, when they take themselves out of the box and they're like, well, I don't have to do exactly what everybody else, like that intro with the guitar was cool just in the sense that like it had a different phrase, like each line was like a different instrumental phrase. And then he came in and he started singing like, I don't even know what kind of vocals you would call that because I don't normally hear people sing like that. So right off the bat, it's nice to see something a little bit more unique than what I was expecting this to be. Like I kind of was expecting it to be a little bit more, since it blew up so quickly, a little bit more approachable, like right off the bat, accessible to like the masses.
And that's the genius about this song that you're gonna start to realize as we progress through this, that it is very unconventional, and for a song that's so unconventional, it blew up the way that it did.
Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot. Cool. But a little bit.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect, they're always being lied to. Oh.
So, just I guess I'm guessing what's happening here is, so I don't want to compare things because, and I have a feeling right off the bat that this comparison might annoyed people. I'm gonna make it just as in the most shallow way possible. Instantly, I'm getting like "Guilty Conscience" by Eminem and Dre vibes.
Oh,
Just
I
in the
totally
sense
hear
that
that.
it seems like he's talking to himself
Mm-hmm.
back and forth, like an angel and devil on his shoulder
Yep.
right now, right? Like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. So it's like he's looking over here and it's like the crazy and he's doing this like more like emphatic voice. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and he looks over here and it seems like he's a lot more like toned down, mellow, grounded version of himself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I got those vibes when I first heard it too. I completely agree with you. I don't think that was a far stretch
I love
at
that
all.
song. Yeah, I love that song also, but I just want to say like right off the bat, like this one seems like it's going to be more sentimental, a little deeper than that one, because that one's just like about robbing liquor stores and shit. You know, like this one seems like it's about maybe what's going on in his brain.
This is a serious version of that, right? I totally hear what you're talking about. 100%.
Although you say it's serious, but like the voice that he's doing doesn't come across as serious right off the bat. But but the things that he's saying kind of sounds serious. So I'm wondering where he's going to take this. If it's going to go like more in the comedy route, or if it's going to get deeper as it goes.
I won't lie. I've heard this song so many times, and just knowing how it goes, I'm already feel my eyes swelling up just reading the lyrics. I'm like, damn it! Like we have barely started. It's just shocking.
I'm glad he's got
the
lyrics on the screen too, because it's easier to figure it out that way.
Hey, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky having me inside you to guide you, remind you, to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing.
I feel like people do want to hear that because like so many people can relate to that. So this is okay. Like just taking it a step further, this is his insecurities, right? Like it's like the monster that is insecurities that lives underneath your head, that is like always poking and prodding you to say like you are not worthy, you're not good enough, whatever you think you're achieving right now is not worth celebrating. And then it's the other part of him, the kind of hopeful, maybe even like spiritual part that's like, no, dude, I'm doing something. You know, I should be proud of myself. I should be able to find it within myself to give myself congratulations. But it's so hard for people that have insecurities like that just keep telling them, like, you're not worth celebrating, dude. Like, it doesn't matter if you feel like this is a moment for you. Like, you shouldn't be taking that time to pat yourself on the back because it's really not that good. I think a lot of people could probably relate to that. Yeah. I can relate to that immediately because, like, you know, I mean, I feel like that's so many of us, especially like as people that like create content on YouTube, go through that exact thing because you put stuff on YouTube and then it's like you look at the likes and the views and the blah blah blah, and it's like even if you get 100,000 views on a video or something, you might watch that video back and go, God, that was garbage. Why did it get 100,000 views? Like everybody else in the comments is going to be telling you, no, it's great, it's fun, like this was a great video, and you're like, I don't feel that.
Yeah,
it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I love how he's expressing things. I love how it's like very much like the monster, you know, like the way that his voice is doing it. If it sounds like a monster trying to escape from within him, it instantly reminds me of like, I always bring this up, but like the vampires that like have like a vampire that's underneath that's trying to come to the surface to make them do like the evil, wicked deeds, and then like the human part of them that's trying to like keep it down, but more like, you know, an allegory of that.
Yeah, and everyone has that within them, you know. It's just how you control that, right? the level.
It
of
also
control.
seems like he's talking about addiction here. So he was saying like it was like the bad part of him was telling him. It's interesting. Actually, can you go back a little bit for that last verse there?
Yeah.
Because it seems like the bad part of him was telling him, or like the insecurity part of him was telling him like, oh, just do the 10-step program. It's gonna be fine. Blah blah blah. Which
Yeah.
seems like that would be like the more grounded, like realistic version of him saying that. But really, it's the other one, which I'm still trying to suss out how much of the insecurities are like actually evil versus just like
Yeah, and those are
a
good
part
points.
of him, type of thing.
For those of you watching, like screaming at the screen, I haven't told him anything about Ren yet. I'm waiting till the end because I want to hear what he gets out of this song. And I was feeling the same way as you, champ, as I was watching it.
Yeah, I don't want you to tell
where
me
you're coming.
anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to. No, I want to see if I could get there.
Okay, here we go.
And trust me, I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious, Eminem did it. Played on guitar, Plan B did it. Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off.
Oh, shit.
So I love that you mentioned Eminem, and then he calls that out like later in the song.
Self-awareness, man. He was like, I know what people are going to say about this. Eminem like literally did, but it's so different.
It's so different though. Yeah, it is so different.
The content inside of it, like
that's what your brain does. Is you think that this is original, and then even though you have a complete different twist on something that was done before, you still think, this is not worthy because it's already been done, even if it's not the full thing.
I gotta say, like the most interesting part of this to me right now is that like the more that the insecurity part of him is speaking up, the more that it's like saying things that don't feel necessarily like it's saying things just to hurt him as much as like it really does feel like this insecurity part of him thinks that he's doing this or saying these things or thinking these things for the betterment of Ren as a whole. Mm-hmm. Like at least that's how he's portraying it. Now I don't know if that's just him, like it's like Adam with this, with the Adam and Eve with the apple type of like, I'm just trying to manipulate this guy into thinking this way. Obviously it's him that's doing it, but it's also like there's a certain sense of like self-awareness that's coming from that side also that makes you feel like, I don't know. I don't want to jump to
let's get back into it. Yeah.
Success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves. And I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking god complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it. Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus. Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash, I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the
Dude,
snake
I was just
in
saying
Eden.
this too.
I
Oh,
am
what
the
fuck?
reason
This is
for
exactly what I was
beheading all
Hold on, pause it for a second.
Yeah,
Hold on, pause it for a second. He's really good at getting this his like sort of metaphors across, I guess, like before he hits them, because like I'm feeling what he's putting out before he actually like puts the pen to paper and says exactly
That's what I was
it is.
thinking right now, because while the way that he's explaining everything for you, it's triggering all those metaphors, and then he tells you the metaphor afterwards. You're much better at this than I am. I didn't even realize any of this while I was listening.
Well, I feel like a lot of this is stuff that I just think about on a regular basis. It's like stuff that he's putting in a really, because this is how I feel about myself. Like that last phrase that he just did there, that whole last section, which was like, it feels like the one that's, first of all, it felt very. I don't know if we're allowed to say this on. I'm not going to say the word on YouTube, but
I can bleep it. Don't worry.
Unaliving yourself sentiments underneath it, right? Like where it's like he's saying, I get to choose who survives. I get to choose if I die, if you die. Like this is up to me. And it's like he's having this push and pull back and forth with the inside of him saying that like, I'm not going to let you control like my depression or my misery and force me into like wanting to like, off myself or whatever. I'm going to choose when I want to do that. But like ultimately this is both him. So it's like this is a guy that's dealing with like serious depression and suicidal tendencies. And he's trying to work through that in his head with his insecurities and with his securities and trying to find that middle ground. But like if both of them are kind of feeling this like this way about life in general, there's almost like a scared part of like them agreeing at the end. Like you don't want them to agree. Like you want them to be at odds so that it's almost like them agreeing with everything would be the end.
Yes. Yeah.
Type of deal.
Exactly. Yeah. You feel like if they're in agreement, then that's when they would pursue unaliving themselves.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Since they're not, they're kind of fighting against it.
Yeah. And it's like one of them is like saying neither of them had said, go do it. Neither has said, just go do this. But both of them are saying, I'm in control of when you do this, which is almost as bad.
Yeah. Yep.
I am sin with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Yeah. It's getting all chaotic and like scary sounding.
This is the most metal acoustic guitar ever.
Right? It sounds like just like a town collapsing on top of them.
Yeah.
Hi Ren, I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me.
There's a spiritual part.
Dude, you were so intently listening, I thought you froze. I was like, and that's why I paused right now. But just seeing your face reacting to this, is really something else for me. Just like really watching it, like I love that you're loving the song. You can see in your face like that.
I'm trying to figure out. Well, there's like,
yeah,
I'm being pushed and pulled between the instrumentation and the lyricism right now, because like the instrumentation in itself, in its own right, is really unique and interesting, and obviously like adding to the story that he's telling with the lyrics. And I like want to, I keep getting like, oh, I want to listen to that, but the lyrics are so, like, I can't miss a lyric. Like I want to hit every lyric. So I'm gonna have to go back after this and just enjoy.
We can do another video. We can do another video too. Dude, this is why I never released my reaction to this song, because the whole time I was just like staring at the screen. I was like, I can't release this. And then I learned later on, just like this song is kind of alluding towards, I should have just posted it anyways, because some people just want somebody to be there while they're listening to it also. But at the time, I was like, very like, oh, this is people are not going to give a fuck about this reaction because I'm just staring at the screen, you know.
But I bet that's how most people were watching this. Just you're feeling it, right? Like you're
Yeah.
watching it and you're feeling it. Like you're trying to suss out how his lyrics and the way that he's expressing them actually are making you feel. And like after a while, you start to feel a little bit too much almost, where it's like,
Oh yeah,
now I'm in my own head.
yeah.
You know?
That's exactly what. Even right now, I'm like back to the when I first listened to it, and this is why I listened to this song for literally every single day for months straight. Because at the time that I heard this, it was definitely a rough period in my life. So it was like perfect timing, you know.
Sometimes that happens. And now I'm just wondering because this part is one of the more interesting parts of the song. I mean, the whole thing has been interesting, but he is revisiting the intro part, but at least for the first 4 lines, and now he's adjusting it. There's a difference in his tone from the insecurity version of him and the more grounded version of him. This is neither of those.
Yep.
So I'm wondering maybe if this is them coming together or something. I don't know. Can you just take it back like 10 seconds?
Yeah. Of course. Here,
Was made to be tested and twisted.
I'll go back on.
Just as sure as the night has dawned. Just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So coward the man I've become, when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise, in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climate different side. When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas that I would defeat the forces of evil. And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences, with autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare, but there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax, and I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
Damn right. Yeah, I mean, intense, man. That's some intense shit right there. And it's probably a message that like 99% of humanity needs to hear about giving yourself a break and understanding that all humans are flawed in the ways that you think that you're flawed and you think that these are problems that you have and that only you have because you can only see you from the inside. But like in reality, humanity in general comes with flaws in every way, and those people are dealing with like this type of feelings and emotions also, and it's like if you're gonna get on your own ass about every little flaw and every little mistake and every little decision that you make that might not have been the perfect one, you're gonna hate yourself forever, and you're never gonna be able to get past that, and you have to accept that like as human beings we are flawed, we are individuals, yes, but we all have our own individual flaws, and you have to be able to live with them to be considered a human in general,
Yeah.
or else you're just not going to make it through life. And he's right, man. Like the way that he talks about that, especially at the end, just saying like obviously he's struggled with mental illness more than most, I think. Probably like, I mean, he talked about psychosis and stuff. I don't know
Yeah.
how much of
So
this is
I'm on,
metaphorical
and
or
let me, so, oh man, let me try to keep it together. I don't know why I thought this was a great idea to record this before our podcast, but, for fuck's sake,
gotta have you crying through the intro.
right. So he suffered from Lyme disease and it was
Okay.
misdiagnosed for 10 years. I think roughly, I think that's what the 10 years was about, probably longer or less, more or less. So he struggled with Lyme disease and he kept being misdiagnosed. And with Lyme disease, it starts affecting you pretty heavily mentally afterwards if it goes mistreated, which is, Champ and I are from the Northeast. So there's definitely a high chance of people getting Lyme disease especially where I'm from, like upstate New York, you got to be very careful and stuff because it can go undetected
Yep.
for a very long period of time.
My mom had it
But
for like 5 years and didn't know. Same type of situation
didn't know.
until she started getting paralyzed.
Yeah.
One of her legs stopped working as well. And she was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's so hard to find. People will get bit by a tick underneath their hair
Yep.
and you have no idea unless you shave your head, right? Like, it's like,
Yeah.
it sucks. So I'm guessing that was leaving some real scars on his brain then also, where like he was fucking with him, making him think things were worse than they really were
And
probably.
he's still seeking treatment for this. Like it's not over for him.
So what do you think that final, before the spoken part at the end, the final verse, which part of him?
I thought that was both of them together. That's what
I
I
thought
carried
too.
away. That's like the culmination of both of them together.
He called himself Hope at some point. And
Yeah.
like I've I've thought about this a lot before and like what hope means and like what the difference between like hope and wishful thinking is. And
For sure.
I think that it's really hard to separate those, but hope is something that you need to retain in order to keep going. And I think it's almost like the positive cousin of insecurities. It's like he said also like we're two sides of the same coin. It's like that, right? Like the hope and fear are almost like opposites, but like need each other to survive because you need to be able to hope that you could defeat fear. And you have to fear for the future in order to keep yourself grounded.
Yeah.
So it's a meeting in the middle. It's a you've got to have it all in order to be like a person. And you just got to hope that you lean towards the side of good and positivity more than you lean towards the side of bad and negativity, because that could have a really bad results to who you are over time. And it's hard to get out of
So,
that, man. Once you fall in the
yeah.
hole, it's almost impossible to crawl out of.
Dude, I've been so deep into it. Yeah, we've talked about it before on this,
Yeah, me
with
too.
videos, and I think when we had started another project together, that was when we started that other project. I was deep into alcoholism, doing drugs, so I, and it's easy to get lost.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, it's that's one of those things where it's like, people, I see people on social media nowadays being like talking about drugs and alcohol and stuff like that as like this crutch, just get over it type of situation. And I think that we've got to realize that like these things that we latch onto, that we utilize as crutches, we're not utilizing them as crutches from zero. We're trying them out because there's already something
Yeah.
wrong and we want to see if we can make something right with it.
And
And it's really, I think that people that have never done that and have never been in that zone
yeah.
don't understand the reasons behind it and how hard it is to come out of it.
And just to catch Champ on, because I don't even think you know about this, because I kept this to myself. Then one day I just said it on a video. So I literally rammed my car into the side of a semi. Don't even know how I lived from that. So, yeah, it sucks. But you can get out of it because it's been like 3 years now. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's one day at a time, man. It's like you have to have so much of what he was talking about in there, the hope and the fears and the insecurities and so much of but also the other part of you where it tells you, no, you can do this. No, you can be something worth celebrating. No, you can move past this part of your life and get into something else. And it's like you have to listen to that part of you. Like you have to actively make the effort to listen to that part of you in order to crawl out of that. Because if you let the insecurities and the fear fight you every day and win every single battle, you can't live in this life. It's impossible.
yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take a drastic situation to happen to you to snap out of it. But,
Yeah.
for me, fortunate enough to still be here. And the sad thing is, I'm, in this situation, still fighting things to this day that, were the result of 2022. But I'm just thankful to be completely sober and all that stuff and not have to worry about that. But like Champ just said, yeah, it's a constant thing, waking up, like, don't do it, don't fuck up, staying away from certain situations, certain people. You have to really be careful,
Chidi Enaganye in a show called The Good Place said once, life is not a puzzle you can figure out and then it's done. Life is a puzzle you have to wake up every day and figure it out again, go back to sleep and do it all over again every single day. There's no answer to just figure out and everything's okay. It's an ongoing uphill battle that you've just got to keep fighting.
Yeah.
It makes it so much harder, but it also makes it worth living. It makes life worth living because there's something to strive for. There's progress, and without it, it's stagnation and nothing.
I think we'll leave it at that. I've talked about a lot of the stories in more depth on the channel if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, it is possible. Like I said, it's been 3 years ongoing, but it is possible. And I know a lot of people out there really appreciate the song because this song snaps you out of it, It does. Or in this case, it brought me right back. And it brought me right back and reminded me like, hey, it's been 2 years since this song. Like, wow. Progressed a lot since then,
It'll bring you back, but it'll bring you back for the right reasons. Like,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
not bringing you back, making you want to be there again.
Yeah.
It's bringing you back, reminding you why you're not.
I can see why I have avoided listening to the song again for a very long time because it's probably been a year since I've heard the song. Probably. Been
I'll tell
a
you
year.
what, if this was 10 years ago, I don't think I would ever be able to listen to that song again just because of where I was in my life at that time. It would have been a one-time listen. I would have felt terrible, but also relieved at the same time, but also never been able to. It would have been too much for me. I'm at a point in my life now where I can listen to this and really just see it for the art that it is more than just me wanting to go run into a wall after I listen to it. So I feel like I could appreciate it from like artistic musical standpoint more today than I could have a decade ago. And I want to see what else he does because I can't imagine all of his music is like that. 'Cause that was fucking unique and creative and very, very heartfelt and introspective. I don't know how you could have like a whole discography full of stuff like that.
It's a doozy.
Jeez.
You know, what are we at on this? 49 million views already for the song. For a song like this to have 49 million views speaks volumes. But anyways, guys, we'll see you all in the next one. Leave down suggestions down below. We love to chant more stuff. Join us for the podcast every Sunday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And see you all in the next one. See you.